This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
What up? This is DC Channel Guns coming at you another gun video. Appreciate you watching, like, share, and subscribe. Now, this video here, we're going to talk about Michael Bloomberg. Now, Michael Bloomberg is the money bag. When I say he's the money bag, he's the one funding all the anti-gun states across this country. He's the one that's funding all the anti-gun politicians. I'm talking about he's pretty much keeping the organization, anti-gun organization, afloat. Now, when it comes to gun organizations such as the NRA, the GOA, and all these kind of, all these gun organizations that we have, I understand some of the organization has issues, internal issues and stuff. But see, now Bloomberg, quoted one time before, to get rid of the gun organizations, especially the NRA and stuff like that, we must weaken them within. So we don't know what Bloomberg has done, his strategy to try to weaken some of the organizations. But like I tell people, even the organization you don't like, I'm not happy with some of the things, we must fund them. We must keep them up afloat, because the anti-gun strategy is to weaken every type of wall that we have that, that supports the Second Amendment. And once they can weaken the walls, they can bust through, and it makes it easier for them for to do whatever they want to do. So we must fund the gun organizations, whether we like what they're doing or not. I know that is a big, problem for a lot of people. But if we don't have no type of defense system, to fight back, if we tear our own walls down, which the anti-gun, they want us to tear our own wall down so it can make it easy for them. We don't need to fall for that trap. And so, we must keep the organization afloat, whether we like what they're doing or not. I know a lot of us have a lot of passion about some of the stuff they have done, but we got to get past that, because we're trying to win. We're not trying to lose. Now, Bloomberg, he has pretty much unveiled his gun control plan and stuff like that. So we're going to read some of the stuff that he, have in mind and stuff. So we're going to read it. We're going to check it out. You're going to see it on the screen. Now, Michael Bloomberg's agenda includes a long list of other restrictions on firearm and ammunition, including raising the minimum age for gun purchase to 21, banning guns in school, creating a safe storage requirement for gun owners. He's proposing to appoint a White House gun coordinator to declare gun violence a public health emergency, to empower the Consumer Product Safety Commission to oversee guns as it does other products. So, these are some of the things that Bloomberg is doing. Now, he also has been proposing some things that some of the other anti-gun candidates running for president has been suggesting, such as Cory Booker, talking about this federal license. Now, he wants to, give the control to the Department of Justice to authorize to give out the federal license to people to buy guns and stuff like that. But see, the catch 21 for that situation is he wants that they get the license to buy guns and stuff. He wants to make it mandatory federally, like, all across this country. To get the license, you must, be subject to, some type of interview, some therapy, firearm training. You have to go through so much stuff. They want to do all these background checks on you. They want to use your health records and stuff, and they want to hold that against you and see, what Mayor Bloomberg is doing with that plan. That is just pretty much to bar thousands and probably millions of people from owning guns. That is his one way to pretty much to get guns off the streets. I'm talking about, because he's heavily talking about gun violence and stuff in the street. So that's one of his ways that he feel like he can just bar the citizen from owning guns. And he feel like if he can get that in place, pretty much, everything else is history. Because, if you're given, you have to go through these steps and you fail either one of them, you don't get a gun. Look at New York, their, gun ownership dwindled with some of the gun laws that they have in New York. Look at California. Just keep making it harder and harder. And nobody stop these people. And what a lot of people don't understand, if we don't have the right people in place, even though you think these people are not for your Second Amendment, the president on down, if you let the other side get control, you have no say-so whatsoever. It'd be like one of these foreign countries where the government just railroad the citizen, and the citizen have no say-so whatsoever. So we must stand up and fight. But, I want to make you aware, Bloomberg is not going to give up easy. And if he's not going to win, he's going to spend big money. It's going to cost money in this campaign. It's going to cost money. So we must fund the organizations and stuff that is fighting for our Second Amendment rights. We must fund some of the politicians that's fighting for our Second Amendment rights, because it's going to cost money. I'm talking about, it's going to cost money, and it's going to also cause us to get out and vote. We cannot sit and be seduced by the news, the anti-gun media that is trying to depress the people who's fighting for their Second Amendment rights and stuff like that. So, we can't fall for that. What we must do is ignore all that distractions and stuff and go forward, because that's all they're doing. Everything that you see on TV, everything that you see on the internet, on the newspaper, all this stuff you see on your local news when it comes to gun violence and stuff, that is the distraction. All that is doing, that is the system they're designing to weaken you. And you already have a generation now that has been overcome by gun violence, and they're, the anti-gun has pretty much, just boggled their mind that, guns are bad. You know what I'm saying? They're pretty much fundamentally taking away the history of guns in this country. People who fought, why would the Second Amendment put in place? The founding fathers, all this stuff. They're trying to erase everything that in this country history, and we cannot allow that. So we're gonna stand tall. And we're gonna fight for our Second Amendment. But like I said before, Bloomberg is nothing that you want to overlook, because guess what? He writes checks. He got checks going out all day long by FedEx and UPS, and these politicians that's pretty much dropping out. It makes me wonder if Bloomberg say, hey, get out of my way, paying them, who knows, giving them, making donations. He made a $300 million donation to some of the other organizations that's, fighting to create more gun laws and stuff like that, to protest. And another thing, you got George Soros. A lot of people don't know about him. He's another billionaire, one of Bloomberg's friends. He spend money. He's not as vocal as Bloomberg, but he's spending money too. He trying to get rid of your gun rights. So, Bloomberg got other little billionaire friends that's out there that is trying to take your gun rights, So he's not the only one. He's more vocal than some of the other ones. But like I said, it's going to cost money in this 2020 election. And it's going to be a fight all the way down to the wire. And we're going to have to be right there. I'm going to be there front line. I'm going to be ready. And, I'm going to be there to do what I got to do to support the Second Amendment. So I hope you get on board. I hope you start paying attention. But guess what? Forget about all the distraction, because it's going to get worse before it get better. And as closer it get to the election, it's going to get even more crazier, more weirder. I'm talking about it's going to get ugly. I'm talking about it's not going to be pretty. But guess what? We're going to have to see through that. And at the end, we hold strong, we fight, we stand together, we stick together, we unify. We'll have a victory. So this is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one.
This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.